everybody. Welcome again to Reno Improv's virtual stage. We are so excited to be kicking off this new year with you all, bringing you shows again on Saturday nights, just like we did in 2020, only it's 2021, so they're going to be that much better. We are super, super excited to be here tonight. We have another awesome short-form showdown for you in the works for this evening. Tonight, much like last week, will be full of fast-paced, fun action, fully improvised, fully made up on the spot, live from the safety of your living rooms, kitchens, closets, and our living rooms, kitchens, and closets. So we are really, really excited to see you all here tonight. We're excited to have some amazing suggestions from you all. So get ready, get those fingers ready to be typing on your keyboards when you're asked, because we have a lot of scenes in the works for you tonight. So we're going to need your help getting those things started. So we are excited to have a big crowd with us. Because we're excited to see that comment section going. Like I said last week, it is really awesome to be able to read those comments as the show goes on, something that we don't appreciate in person, but we really appreciate here on screen, because in person, you'd be yelling those out from the crowd, and that would be a distraction. So here, you can yell all you want from the comfort of your keyboard, and we really, really do love reading them, and they keep us encouraged and motivated and inspired and all of that wonderful stuff. So keep that stuff. Oh, man, I just realized that it says Sit Tight will be here shortly, but we're here, so let's go ahead and get rid of that. Alrighty. So let's bring all of our wonderful players for you here. Last week we had 4. This week we have 6 wonderful players for you. I will be bringing some of them to the screen. Some of them you saw last week. We have our returning champion, Christina, coming back to your screens. We have Bill, who was also with us last week. And this week, coming to your screens, we have Diana. Welcome, Diana. We also have from last week, we have Lucas coming back to your screens. We have Freddie this week, and also last but not least at all, we have Carlos. So some familiar faces, some faces from last year, some new faces for 21, but definitely an exciting show for sure. So welcome, players. Thank you for participating tonight. We also have once again, thank you so much from our wonderful friends at ScoreCounter.com, bringing us our lovely scoreboard for the evening. There it is in all of its fantastic glory, coming to you straight from a website built in 2002. We have ScoreCounter.com. Alrighty. And that's where we keep our score tonight. So, welcome, everybody. Audience, thank you for being here. And let's get this going. For our first game of the night, we are going to be having a little round of categories. And categories is a very fun game where we will need, it's already funny, but we're going to need some suggestions from the audience. We're going to need a lot of them here. So, and all we need for suggestions for this game are a number of topics, or categories, rather. So they could be something like brands of automobiles, types of birds, things like that. So in the comments section, whether you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube, please go ahead and start listing some names of categories, and that will get us on our way. But until that time comes, we just want to, again, thank you all for being here, and we are excited to be doing this short form showdown for you tonight. When we do, after a scene happens, and as those comments start to come in, we will be getting out those categories. But as these games are going along, make sure you vote for your favorite player. Their names should be in the bottom corner of their screen. But when I remove the banner, I believe they'll come back. There they are. So the names will be in the bottom left-hand corner of their screen with a hashtag. Go ahead and vote for them in the comment section there with their hashtag. You got. I don't have a hashtag next to my name because I don't get a score. You know, that's just the way this show works. It's unfortunate for me, but fortunate for all you that you get to see these folks performing, and not myself. So we have some awesome categories coming in. We have types of fish. So that's going to be our first category. When we run out of types of fish, we're going to eliminate somebody. We'll move on to another one of your categories. So keep them coming in. Keep those categories coming in. Keep your votes coming in. And once again, let's get this short form show underway. I'm going to go ahead and pull myself off screen. Our category game will start as soon as I disappear. Types of fish. Take it away.
Salmon.
Okwasa.
Trout.
Tilapia.
Halibut.
Marlins.
Sardines.
Hamachi.
Gold.
Lungfish.
Tuna.
Bluegills.
Swordfish.
Anchovies.
Minnows.
Sharks.
Pufferfish.
Monkfish.
Guppies.
Catfish.
Clownfish.
Bass.
Rockfish.
Whaled fish.
Get out of here. Get out of here. All right. That's it for the first category. You know what? I was like, types of fish. This might go quick, and then you surprised me with your knowledge on fish. I really like that one. Oh, great. Oh,
You know how many sushi bars there are in this town? Like
a lot, and they color their fish the same way in each one. Alrighty, let's have another category. Cooking implements. We have coming in here from Nancy. Thank you, Nancy. We have cooking implements again from right to left to right, top to bottom. Take it away.
Spatula.
strainer.
Deep fat fry.
Frying pan.
Whisk.
Crock pot.
Colander.
Pressure cooker.
Person's brain.
Strainer.
Go away. That's enough I had.
Brains.
We could probably get there with some sort of logic, I'm sure, but we don't have time for that tonight. We only have 1 hour for showtime, and and I'm already here, so that's going to take up enough time too. So let's keep moving on to the next category. We have, let's see, teas. Types of teas. I'm not even going to spell it because we'll leave that open-ended. Teas. Take it away.
Darjeeling.
Uppercase T.
Ginseng.
Black tea.
Green tea.
Orange Pico.
Ginger.
White tea.
Peppermint.
Rose Hip.
Thai.
You're out of here. That's enough. All right. Great. All right. Three left. There might be some bonus points in line here, but the votes are coming in. Awesome. Alrighty. We have another one. The suggestion is musical instruments. Alrighty. Musical instruments. Extra fast this time. If you even take more than just a thought, I'm going to eliminate you. All right. So musical instruments. Take it away.
Bassoon.
Oboe.
French horn.
Viola.
Flute.
Oh, shit.
No, see, and just like that, Freddie plays more instruments than we just named. I promise you guys that, and yet we could not name them. So we're down to our final two, and we have. Let's see. I love this one. And for our final category of the evening, the category is outerwear. I don't know why that made me laugh hard. Take it away.
Mittens.
Jacket.
Snow boots.
Hat.
Ski pants.
Gloves.
Stocking cap.
Ski pants.
Oh, that was already said. And our winner of the categories round is Diana. Let's get everybody back to the stage. Diana takes over. So we had some votes come in. Let me go ahead and pull up my trusty scoreboard here. We had some votes come in, and some bonus points were awarded. And here we have the scores that mean nothing. Let's bring them on to the screen. And there they are. Alrighty, so we have the scores. After one round of categories, we have Diana in the lead with 3, followed up by Lucas, Bill, and Christina with 2, and Carlos trailing so far in the lead. Only one. Oh, sorry, Freddie, you just went down to 1 point. You're tied for last with Carlos. Sorry, guys. But I'm sure that things will improve for you as we have a fun night of improv ahead of us. So let's keep things moving and move on to our next. Here it is. I'm going to have everybody leave the screen except for Freddie, Lucas, and Diana, and we will keep them on for our first game of the evening, which is going to be Yes and Experts. It is a favorite game of mine. It is one of the first games that I teach in level 1 improv. One of the first games we learn. It's one of my favorites. It's a good one. So let's go ahead and get a suggestion for that game. And the suggestion we need for Yes and Experts tonight is we need a topic for our experts. So we have, what this game is going to be is we have 3 experts here for you, and they are going to be telling you all they know about a topic of your choosing. So similar to categories, we just need a topic that these experts can talk about. So anything you'd like to hear to talk about, something like whales, or I think somebody said whalefish. So
I don't know who that would be.
yeah, there's all sorts of options of things that. Oh, the Abominable Snowman. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So experts on the Abominable Snowman. That's a good one. That's a fun one. And it's seasonally appropriate, right? Aren't we in winter? Although today you could have would have been confused here in Reno. It was lovely. Hopefully we have some people watching from outside of Reno. If you are actually watching from somewhere outside of Reno, let us know in the comments too. We might use your hometown as a suggestion and viciously lampoon it. No, I'm just kidding. That's not what we do here. But let's get this show on the road here. So for our Yes and Experts game, we have our topic, and our topic is the Abominable Snowman. So there it is. Our topic, the Abominable Snowman. Similar to the last game, we're going to be going left to right, top to bottom, however that shakes out as soon as I'm off screen. So take it away, players. Yes and Experts.
The Abominable Snowman lives in Bakersfield.
Yes, and as is the case with most people from Bakersfield, he was born in the year 1925.
Yes, and in 1925, the Abominable Snowman registered his identity as Yeti Johnson in Bakersfield so that he could run for the city council.
Yes, and although his first attempt was unsuccessful, the second time he ran, he won in a landslide.
In fact, the landslide was so big because it had snowed outside, so it was more of an avalanche.
Yes, and when this metaphorical avalanche hit, Yeti Johnson suddenly missed home and realized that he needed to go out and travel.
So Yeti Johnson hopped on his three-wheeler and took off down the 405.
Yes, and as he made his way down the 405, he decided that a tricycle just wasn't fast enough. So he actually flew by blizzard across the sea to Nepal.
Yes, and it was during that transit that people had noticed that there was an abominable snowman riding different human vehicles. And that's when the first picture of what we call the mythical abominable snowman started transcending the internet.
That's right. It showed up on the webpage of the London Times, and people don't react very big there, so they sort of, made a little smirk look of surprise.
Yes, the London look, as it's called. I think Rimmel ended up taking it years after, but that was just because the makeup that you put on your face brought such surprise that most people were frightened, much like the Abominable Snowman.
Right, and this caused mass confusion. Most of the major cities had blackouts because people were frightening each other left and right from this face, this London expression that was created.
That's right. In some countries, you might say they looked askance, but in London, that is a look of alarm, and people ran out into the street and were mumbling, which is like screaming.
Yes, the English Mumble, which actually is a very famous band. Their cover art has a picture of a Yeti.
Yes, and when Mr. Johnson discovered this band, he rocked out every day, and this is why he goes into the forest and scares children.
Yes. And it's not his looks. It's the London scream.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
I think we know everything we'll ever need to know about the Abominable Snowman. Thank you so much, players. And we had some great scoring taking place in there. We had a lot of scores flying in for folks. People were loving the choices you were making. So keep those bold choices up. It makes for great improv scenes. Keeps our audience on the edge of their couches, love seats, and chaise lounges. I don't know. Do you sit on the edge of a chaise? Sure, why not? Let's get on to some more improv and have two people return to the stage. Go ahead and remove yourself from the screen, players, and we'll have the next two people up for our next game, which is going to be New Choice, which is a wonderful game that will involve me not correcting the players, but picking some strategic moments in the scene where we can show to you, the audience, that anything is truly possible here in the world of improv. And that is going to be demonstrated through this game of New Choice. So if I can have Bill and Christina to the stage, please, for a lovely round of New Choice. And audience, I need a suggestion from you all again. So thank you so much for your participation so far. And I'm going to need you to keep it up. So for this scene, we're going to need a suggestion of a location where two people may meet. The possibilities are truly endless. So a location where two people might meet. Thank you very much in advance for your wonderful suggestions. And I would also like to say at this time that we are indeed a 501c3 nonprofit theater, which means that if you would like to make a donation to us, which we would truly, truly appreciate, that those donations are tax deductible. So any amount you would love to throw our way for these shows or for whatever reason, just because you like seeing our smiling faces, anything from $1 to $1 million and more is totally acceptable and completely tax deductible for your friends at the IRS. So thank you very much. And I see those suggestions starting to come in. It looks like my stalling has worked and we can get on to the show. So excellent. A place where two people might meet. I really love us. I don't know why, but I really like laundromats. So your suggestion for this New Choice scene. Remember, when I chime in with New Choice, you're going to move on to a new phrase or word or take the scene in a new direction. So have fun with that when your scene begins when I leave the screen, and it will start or be inspired by laundromat. Whoops, I showed the wrong one. That's all right. Laundromat is your suggestion. Take it away, players.
Oh, Bill, thank God you're here. Listen, I need your help.
Well, what seems to be the problem? I mean, is everything running good?
New Choice.
What seems to be the problem? Is everything running at 20 miles per hour?
New Choice.
Is everything running scared?
New Choice.
Is everything running with gusto?
Yes, and that's exactly the problem. Okay, the last time I came in here to do my whites, I did them with gusto, and they turned out completely pink.
New Choice.
They turned out completely purple.
New Choice.
They turned out completely like pterodactyls.
Well, that is the possibility of recombinant DNA being altered by a new, high quality product like Gusto detergent.
Yeah, so I mean, and that's cool. Like, I don't mind the pterodactyls. I just, I was kind of hoping for puppies.
New Choice.
I mean, I was kind of hoping for ponies.
New Choice.
I mean, I was kind of hoping for winged unicorns.
New Choice.
I mean, I was kind of hoping for a T-Rex to eat my neighbors.
Well, we got close. I mean, pterodactyls can eat your neighbors.
New Choice.
Pterodactyls can scare the crap out of your neighbors.
Yeah, it's just not the same because they're still there and they still are letting their dog poop in my yard every day.
Well, I think the big problem is you're really trying to go with a T-Rex and it's people in their backyard and eating dogs and stuff like that. T-Rex wants to hunt. It doesn't want to be fed.
New choice.
T-Rex wants to hunt. It doesn't want to lay on a lounge out in the sun.
New choice.
T-Rex wants to hunt. It doesn't want to play bingo at an old folks home.
New choice.
T-Rex wants to hunt. It doesn't want to sit there playing checkers on the patio square.
New choice.
T-Rex wants to hunt. It doesn't want to sit there changing tires on the freeway.
You know, okay, that's what I tried to tell my mom, all right? But she insisted on trying to have the pterodactyls change the tires, and then the car just won't go anywhere.
So what you're saying is this is a motor car problem.
Well,
That's right. Always gotta love the scene where you're like, oh, we'll figure something else out then. I love that game so much. Oh yeah, I would have. I could have been saying ding. I guess I could have been I could have personified a bell for that last scene. Great job, players, and thank you so much. I'm going to go and fill in those scores real quickly, and then we will take a quick look at the scoreboard and see where we were at. Oh no. Where to go? I don't know where my scoreboard went. There it is. It was hiding, you guys. It was hiding. All right, we have some scores, and they are on the board, and we will look at them in just one moment. There they are. Oh, that's the wrong tab. Here, bring yourself back on stage for these scores, players. Let's have you back. Let's have you back on stage. Bring yourselves back, and
Oh my
there are the scores. Let's see. Carlos, you got some bonus points. You haven't even done anything yet. I don't know how that happened.
I'm just that good.
Go ahead and leave them. And Diana, Lucas, we have a tight matchup as usual. Always close. So many good performers. It's really hard to have scores so spread out. But we will see if in these next scenes that starts to happen. So let's bring that down. All right. I have to talk out loud to remind myself how to work all of this stuff. And there we go. All righty. On to the next game, which is going to be a game for Carlos and Lucas. So can I have Carlos and Lucas stay on screen? Everybody else get out of here. And this is a game, audience, that I absolutely love, and I hope you do too. And it's excuse me. It is a game called Gibberish Poem. So the way that this game works is we have a poet from a faraway land who speaks a language that that only our translator here understands, and they are a poet that everyone wants to hear their poetry. In particular, this one poem that we're going to hear tonight, it's got a bunch of stanzas. It's a really, really lovely long poem. And from the audience tonight, I am going to need the title of that poem. So we're going to need from the audience the title of a poem that has yet to be written. So our translator we can bring that to life on your screens. So audience, in the comment sections, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook, we are happy that you are here, and we need your help right now with a title of a poem that has yet to be written. Alrighty, and when those are coming in, we will get this thing moving along. I thank you all so much for being with us tonight and for all of our shows. We took a little bit of a break there over the holidays, a 2-week break. But other than that, we have been producing and performing these shows since, oh man, I don't even know when. I think we're on something close to, the week 28 or something like that. A bunch of live shows in a row that we've done other than that break, and we couldn't be happier to be doing them. There we go. Oh, the the titles are coming in, and they're really, really wonderful. We have Ode to Toad. We have Losing the Tiger. The Truckies, Silvery Rills. No More Veggies. Man, we have some really good titles. Do any of these titles inspire our players here today? Or would you like me to just pick one at random?
I love Ode to Toad.
I do love Ode to Toad.
So good.
Ode to Toad was the first one. Juicy Fruit. Thank you so much for being with us tonight and giving us that wonderful suggestion of Ode to Toad from Juicy Fruit. We love that stuff. So, players, when I leave the screen here, you are going to have your gibberish translation screen. I don't really care which one of you is the the translator or which one of you is the gibberer. You're both pointing at each other, and you both have to do one of those things. So as soon as I leave, figure it out. Have some fun. Audience, enjoy this rendition of the Gibberish Poem, Ode to Toad.
Back in my land, there were such great toads. It would lick the toads, and they would make you feel so good. But you don't want to eat the toads, oh no. Just licking is good for today. Because then you'll throw up, and the toads will be all over your date. And the toad will be all over your date. Which is great, because it's a great aphrodisiac. But do you really want to live your life like that? No, the toad needs to be away just a bit. Because if you bring it too close, it will go away. And it smells like the bog where it came from. And you know where that was. It's from the jerks from the 2 towns over. They're toad-smelling chuds. I believe it's on brown. But they have good toads.
Because where do you end a gibberish poem other than right there, correct? All right, great job, players. That was wonderful. Oh, man, there's some good scores coming in. And also, I get to score the players, too, based on how much I'm enjoying it. So the audience scores along with my scores. Let me keep this thing always fun. Great job, Carlos and Lucas. That was super fun. I love the far away, vaguely Scottishness of that accent. And Carlos, I think bonus points for you for falling in and out of Scottish accent as the translator. It was really excellent. And made it super fun. I'm not even being remotely sarcastic. I really enjoyed it. Also, yes, the points are rolling in here, Carlos. People are loving your work there, but I really like this comment and the specificity of why they are issuing you a point, specifically for the use of the word chud. If you would like to let us know why you're issuing points for players, by all means, please do. It's more likely that I'll remember to register them and not just arbitrarily make them up after each game. In a scramble to produce something for you all for yet another night here at Reno Improv's virtual stage. So thank you so much. Again, great job, players. Let's have you off the screen for a moment while I introduce this next game and keep this show rolling. We are about halfway through, and we have a really fun game, which includes a bunch of players here for you in a moment. But I just would like to say a little more. A big thank you, first of all. I know I thank you all a lot, but it truly does. We see the number up in the top corner of my screen here, always growing, and the more people that are watching, it's always fun. So thank you all so much for being with us tonight in this early part of January. Once again, we are a nonprofit theater, and we would love to have you support us. You all do an amazing job of already supporting us, so we'd love for you to keep supporting us in whatever way you would find necessary. So we can keep our doors open, keep our screens on, keep your screens tuned into Reno Improv, keep bringing you these shows, which we truly love doing, and keep preparing for when things are safer and when we can open up to more in-person activities. We are very excited for the potential and the possibility of that coming somewhere in this calendar year. We don't know when, but I promise you that we are prepared for it to happen, and we are really, really waiting at the edge of our seats to be able to open and keep doing live comedy, entertainment, live improvised theater for you every Saturday night, whether it's on your screens or at our brick and mortar location down on the corner of Wells and Willow. We love being there. We love being here. And let's keep things moving along. So thank you very much again for being here with us all. Excellent. Our next game that we have for you all is a really, really fun one. One that our players have really enjoyed playing. And I think you guys are really, really going to enjoy it too. So it is called, I don't even know what it's called. It's a news anchor game. Let me have to the screen. Yeah, I forget the name of it. Some of these players might be able to tell you more appropriately what that game is called. But let's have to the screen. Let's have everyone that was just not on screen. That way, don't forget anybody. Great. There's our newscast for the evening. And what I need from the audience tonight excuse me, I have a frog in my throat.
I'm sure it's not a toad.
Last scene, nailed it. All right.
Hi-ho.
Excuse me, I really am choking. This game is a newscaster game, and from the audience, I need a suggestion of a bunch of characters. It's going to say 3 quirky characters here because that's what we're going to end up with. But just keep spouting out some interesting characters that you might like to see some of these players take on and embody as we deliver to you the news of the evening. Bill, do I need anything else from the audience for this game, or is characters enough for you?
Characters is enough.
Thank you for clarifying that. I was pretty sure that was it, but I wouldn't want to leave you high and dry. We want to have you as much information as possible before we start making things up for you guys. Alrighty. We have suggestions rolling in, but they are not helpful. So let's get some good ones coming in. I'm just kidding. So we have a rich uncle is one of the characters that's been shown up so far. Let's put that one up for a moment. I like rich uncle. We have another one here, repressed goat. A repressed goat. Oh, the excuse me, the favorite zookeeper, another good one as always. Zookeeper. Carlos is apparently chiming in from off screen and saying that someone should play Carlos. Here's a good one. Heather Campbell would like to see us deliver a Karen. Yeah, right. Apologies to the manager of the scene already. Depressed optimist. Oh boy. Oh man, that's like vibes for 2020. Thrift store owner. All right, so we have some really great ones for our news anchor to endow some of these players with. Go ahead and use all of those or any of those that we just strolled across the screen. And for our news anchor, is any player really looking forward to playing the news anchor tonight? Bill, I can't see your eyes at all because of your glasses. Not you. And Christina raised her hand first. So Christina will be our news anchor for the evening. And the way this game is going to work is Christina is going to bring on players. She's going to bring you on and off screen as she introduces you. Isn't that correct, Christina?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you can bring them on as you introduce them, and then we will see the news. So thank you very much for your awesome.
Wait, no, everybody gets the character, and then I can endow them with other stuff. But everybody starts
so
with the character.
Go ahead, let's pick those characters now. Then for Diana, what would we like to see Diana playing tonight? Christina, what do you think for Diana?
I kind of like the depressed optimist.
Depressed optimist. I love the paradox that character will bring to us. Wonderful. We have Diana playing a depressed optimist, and how about Freddie? What do we have for Freddie here tonight? Bill, what do you think? What do you want to see Freddie play?
Oh, I really want to see him play the rich uncle. Extremely rich, as in so much money he can swim in it.
Great. Basically a Scrooge McDuck like humanoid character. Awesome. I think Freddie has that under control. And Diana, what character would you like to see Bill playing tonight? What do you think?
Bill is a thrift store owner.
I think Bill is a thrift store owner as well. So that's a wonderful character choice. Great. And let's have the news as soon as I get off your screen. Take it away, players.
Good evening and welcome to KRXY News at 6. Tonight's top story, squirrels running across the road have been causing major accidents. We've been having a lot of problems with that. We now go to our man on the street, Bill. Bill, tell us what's going on where you are.
Well, the thing is, the squirrels coming down for the great deals. They come down, they get them, and they get everything because it's all secondhand. So once loved is now twice loved, and those squirrels know all about it. They just ramble on down in town. Everybody just comes on up, has a great time. They are not rabid. They're just taking up all the traffic space. That's all. They're wonderful animals.
That's great, Bill. Can you tell us what's the reaction of the average man on the street down there where you are?
Well, the average man on the street buys 3 to 5 shirts. The average woman is buying 4 shirts, and the squirrels are receiving some of the change in. And yet, you know, those little candy machines out front got peanuts in them for them.
Yes. Well, that's wonderful, Bill. Thank you so much. And now we are going to turn to Diana for the weather. Diana, what's the weather got in store for us this week?
Well, you know, a lot of squirrels died last year because that bad cold snap, but they're saving nuts. So that probably portends for a better winter this year.
That's good to hear. And how about today? How's the weather going to be for us today going into tomorrow?
Today is way better than it deserves.
All right. Well, thank you for that, Diana. And that's our weather. And now we go to Freddie with sports. Freddie, tell us what's going on in the sports world.
What? I told you never to bother me while I'm rich. Sports. Sports. That's how I made my killing back in the day. I'll tell you what. Once again, the New York Giants won the Super Bowl, and sports bettors out there, if you bet on them, they're making you millions, like I make millions just by talking here. By the second, you'll never make the money I make. Christina,
thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much for that sports update. And that wraps up our news tonight. I'm Christina, and we'll be back at 11 with more news.
All right, there is our news for the evening. Thank you very much, players. That was really, really wonderful. Oh, man, I think I could have listened to Freddie yell about how rich he is. And I love Diana's character of the depressed optimist. It was really good. It was really good.
It's like it's better than it deserves to be.
Some days are like that.
For sure, indeed. Some days are indeed like that. Thank you very much, players. Go ahead. Let's have all the players back to our screen for just a moment here while we get this scoreboard. Everything is looking pretty interesting as I click these scores in. And here we have it. Let's see. Where is the score? There it is. Oh, I'm getting better at stalling while you guys look at my confused looking at computer face. That's the character that I've been working on for the last 2 hours, is person who is confused by technology they have used many times before. So far, it has been one of the best characters I've ever played in my life. Alrighty, so let's take a look at our characters, our scoreboard for the evening. And there it is. Ooh. That's all I have to say about that. It's pretty self-explanatory if you don't understand how it works. Diana is in the lead, leading Freddie by 2, who leads Carlos and Lucas by 1, who leads Christina by 1, who leads Bill by 1. And that is the most confusing way I've ever explained it. So thank you I see that the number of viewers has not changed in the last 10 seconds. So while I won't do that to you again, I don't regret my decision. So let's have a new game. All right, I am getting loopy already. I don't know what to do. All right, I'm still on screen, and let's have a lovely little game of an I love you game. A sweet, sincere, lovely game of an I love you game. And I'm going to go ahead and have Carlos and Bill play the I Love You game. So let's have Carlos, Freddie, get off the screen.
Sorry?
While this is not get off my stage, I will not hesitate to use that language. Get off my stage, Freddie. This is a scene between Carlos and Bill and audience. Hello. Welcome to the romantic... No, I'm just kidding. This is an I Love You scene. It doesn't have to be a romantic scene. It may be. It may not be. We certainly have all sorts of different kinds of love and reasons to say I love you to people. But for a suggestion for this scene, all we need from an audience is a little trick I like to use, which is asking for a location, but in a fancy way, which is somewhere you would not expect two people to fall in love. Once again, this is not a romantic scene, but it always could be. So we would ask from the audience somewhere where you might not expect two people to fall in love. That will be our suggestion for this scene. It's a location of somewhere where two people, or where you would not expect two people to fall in love. And the way that this game works, audience, is it's a pretty open scene. Our improvisers are going to be able to tell you, do the scene that they want to do. There's not much of a game involved here. The way that we know this scene is over is one of the two players will say the words, I love you. I was just pretending like the audience was saying the three words all together with me, and it was a lovely moment. Thank you all for participating. Let's actually do that. So on the count of three in your living room, loud enough for whoever lives with you or next to you to hear, go ahead and say this. The scene is over when some player says the following three words.
I
love you.
Right, you're all wonderful. I love you all very much.
I love you.
So we have a bunch of people, including Freddie. Do you guys have burner accounts? Watch the show, inflating our numbers, watching the slide. But we do have a few people who suggested divorce court. Which is an unlikely place for two people to fall in love. We have restaurant kitchen. This is so specific that I'm going to show it to everybody, but I don't know if we're going to use it. But I just need everybody to see that Roger would like to see take place at the meat section in Sprouts. By the way, on a night where we're plugging our friends at Scorekeeper, I don't know what they are, .com, Sprouts, great meat selection. So definitely, I've had some romantic eyes for the butcher before. It's There's nothing wrong with that, you know. Anyways, any of these locations inspiring for our two players? Great, I'll pick one. Alrighty.
I like the meat Sprouts.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, I like the meat section of Sprouts.
Great, meat section at Sprouts it is. Oh, Roger for the win. The meat section at Sprouts. If you've never been to Sprouts, there's a meat section there, and that's where your scene's going to take place. Alrighty. When I leave the screen, take it away, players. That will be in 3, 2...
Oh, is that the prime rib right there?
Why, yes, it is. Just cut out this morning. The animal was slaughtered in the back.
Oh my gosh, those animals! Oh, you know how they love being at the store when they get slaughtered.
Yeah, very very fresh meat. Would you like some?
Oh, I would very much like some.
How much would you like?
Yeah, give me whatever $2.53 is worth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, that. Ooh.
This is a little bit more than $2.53, but
oh my God, I love you. Thank you.
There we have it. Ding, 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 ding. For those of you who want to ding earlier, they're here now. That is the end of our scene. And oh man, have we all, not all of us, but man, I've fallen in love with many a prime rib in my lifetime, and I will continue to do so as my life goes on. What a wonderful scene, falling in love at the meat section at Sprouts. Thank you very much, Bill and Carlos. Go ahead and remove yourselves from the stage for now. We'll put those.
Carlos is vegetarian.
We put those.
I'm a vegetarian too.
Really? That's awesome.
Vegetarians, that explains why you don't know the true cost of a piece of prime rib is much more than what you said. Great job, players. Great job, players. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Alrighty, let's get those scores marked down, and we will keep this show moving. Alrighty. Our next game, ladies and gentlemen, watching at home, thank you all once again for staying tuned and spending a little bit of your Saturday night with us. We are having fun, and I hope you are too. So, our next game is Good, Bad, and Ugly Advice, a favorite of ours. I'm sure a favorite of yours if you've ever seen it before. So, what we need from the audience is some things that you may need advice on. Let me get some players to the stage, though, so it's not just me. Because if you're in like widescreen mode, that's a lot to deal with. Let's have Christina and Lucas and who else wasn't in that last scene? I mean, more people than were there, but Freddie. Let's have Freddie to the stage. There we go. We'll have those three. That's the ones that are there, and that's the ones that I wanted. And that's the ones that are going to do this good, bad, and ugly advice scene. So the way it works is one of these folks will be giving you good advice on the topic of your choosing, or the thing, the piece of advice you need. One of them will be giving you some bad advice, and somebody will be giving you some very, very ugly advice. And then we'll rotate. We'll ask 3 different questions. We'll get some advice from 3 different audience members on this one. So we need a lot of different things that you may need advice on. And since you're all laughing along with us and spending this time with us on a Saturday night, it's clear that you all need advice on at least a number of things, right? No, I'm just kidding. We love you all, and I'm just projecting my own insecurities. I don't know. Is anybody watching this right now? Because if they are, I am reeling, folks. No, I'm kidding. So let's have those comments. The sooner you type in suggestions for this scene and things that you may need advice on, as you see at the bottom of your screen, the sooner that I will stop whatever this is that I'm doing right now. Okay, so let's have some suggestions, please. If you don't comment, there we are. There we are. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, they were already coming in, and I didn't notice. That's another problem, right? No, they're all coming in bunches right now. So the suggestion, or the piece of advice, our first piece of advice, and feel free to keep bringing them in. Is anybody watching this right now? Because if they are, I am reeling, folks. No, I'm kidding. Hello. That was scary because the playback from like very long time ago just happened. For that bizarre interference, I thought that was my voice. And thank you. Now that I hear my voice, I am so appreciative of your audience members sticking with us for tonight and hanging with us and enjoying the show. So we have our first suggestion from Sophia, and she, I'm sorry, they would like to know, they would like advice on how to follow the law. They would love some advice on how to follow the law. So I'm going to leave that suggestion up. I'm going to get off screen. And from left to right, we'll be giving good, bad, and ugly advice. Are we ready, players? I think we better be at this point, right? Let's take it away. All right.
So the best way to follow the law, and probably the easiest, is you can actually Google Nevada revised statutes online. It will actually take you to all the Nevada state laws. You can look through them for any particular thing that you're worried about, what the law is on that particular subject. Just follow exactly what it says. Like they're very, very detailed.
For sure. You totally could do that. Or, here's a hot take. Don't.
Right. Honestly, both good advice, but I think the best thing that you can do is that always lead by example, right? So if you want to follow the law, it's best to pretend to be the law. So I think that you just take a police uniform, just go around the street and just start, attacking people for things that you think they did wrong.
yeah, that is very good, bad, and ugly advice. So let's go ahead and switch up that order a little bit. There we have our new order for our next piece of advice from God bless it. We want. Oh, there we go. Here's a good one. They're not all great, but some of them are great. Some of them are just slightly less great. Here is our new suggestion from Alec. Hi, how we doing out there? Let's see. It is how to be a vegetarian. So this person would like some suggestions or some advice on how to be a vegetarian.
Okay. Well, if you weren't already a vegetarian, the hardest part about becoming a vegetarian is establishing that habit of not eating meat. So in order to establish that habit, I would say make it easier for yourself to buy more vegetables and not buy meat. So maybe have a note to remind yourself to not to be more mindful of what you're eating and how you're acquiring the groceries that you get.
Yes, that's good advice, except I think that it should be a lot easier because mainly what you need to do is when you're out with anybody who sees you that thinks you're a vegetarian, you eat like salads and vegetables and stuff like that, right? But when you're at home, like, I mean, come on, cows eat plants, right? They just eat grass. So aren't they really vegetables when you think about it? So really, there's not a lot of changes you have to make just for people who don't understand how science works.
Well, and on the topic of science, really everyone knows that the only way you acquire a diet is by eating something that already subscribes to that diet. So like if you're a cannibal or if you're eating meat all the time and you eat other stuff that eats meat, you're going to keep eating meat. So the best way to become a vegetarian, as everyone knows, is to eat vegetarians.
That is some of the goodest, baddest, and ugliest advice I've ever heard. Look at our new order here. There we have it. There we have it. And for our last piece of advice from for the evening, Joy Anthony here would like some advice on unorthodox stain removal. All right, players. Take it away.
So if you don't have a lot of money and you're trying to get stains out, you have to use the resources that are available to you. So for most people, that's going to be some clean running water and the wind. So if you have a river nearby or a stream or even just a water fountain at a local park, you can go and take whatever clothes that you have that are stained. You'll take it out there. You'll get it wet. You want to try to use, some friction, rub it down, be a little abrasive. If you can, your fingers work great for this. You'll start to rub that out, and then you're going to hang it even on a tree branch because those are pretty easily found, and that will hopefully get you some of the way to taking those stains out.
Alternatively, what you can do is first determine the source of the stain. Once you determine the source of the stain, accumulate more sources of that stain and just stain the entire piece of It's going to be a whole different color anyway. You need a new wardrobe, and this is a great way to prove to your friends that you have different clothes.
And that's one way to do it. But I think we haven't really touched on some of the more unorthodox stains, and we all know blood stains and other bodily fluids. Now, I have found it's very important to remember there is no stain that a shop grinder and a flamethrower will not get rid of. So if you find yourself with blood stains from a accident, because your friend stole your boyfriend and you had to do a little something about it, shop grinder, flamethrower, stain gone. So I heard.
There we go. Sorry about that. Turned my camera on and off 5 times and forgot to add myself back to the studio. So thank you very much for all that wonderful, good, bad, and ugly advice. Players, it was great. So can I have everybody to the stage real quick for one last look at the scoreboard before our final game of the evening? I know we're going to run a couple minutes long, but that's just how I tend to do shows. So we'll get you out of here at 9:03 if that's not a problem with everybody. Thank you guys for playing along with us. Remember that we are a 501c3 nonprofit, which means Which means that if you would love to donate to us, and I know that you would, and we truly do appreciate it and love it when you do. It means a lot. We love reading the names, and we're so thankful and appreciative of all of the help and donations that you send our way. So keep that up, keep us moving, and keep us progressing through this pandemic, and we will get to the other side and be there for you all when live entertainment returns to Reno. And if you're not in Reno, keep one of your local art institutions in mind. If you're not thinking of us, or think of us both. And remember that a lot of those places are struggling to do stuff like you see right here and bring this to you live and in person instead of here. So I'll need to shut up and get on to this last game. Let's get a look at these scores before we go in. There they are. It is neck and neck.
Whoa.
Diana has maintained her lead throughout the entire evening, but it's not as much of a lead as it used to be, with Lucas and Bill and Freddie just behind with 22, and Christina and Carlos really just behind with 21. So it is close, and anything can happen in this last scene.
I need to review how math works.
And people that aren't in scenes can still receive votes. So any votes that are coming in the chat, we will take them. And keep them coming. Vote for your favorite players. And this last scene is going to be an interrogation scene featuring the other three players. So let's have those last three players to the stage. I believe it will be Carlos and Diana and Bill to the screen. Everybody else, go ahead and remove yourselves. I'll remove this scoreboard and ultimately myself here in a moment. But first, and our last suggestion of the evening, once again, thank you so much for all of your suggestions. They've been really fun to read, even more fun to perform, I'm sure. So they've been really helpful in keeping this show going. And this is the last one. But first, I need our criminal to leave the screen and cover their ears. So who would like to be our criminal for the evening? Oh, Carlos is our criminal. Carlos will be the criminal for the evening. So cover your... take those headphones off. Make sure you can't hear or read anything. But be ready to come back. Be ready to come back. The first thing, so audience, the way this works is Carlos is our criminal. He has been arrested for a crime, but he does not know what that crime is, nor does he know. Yep, that's language. Nor does he know who he committed the crime with or where it was committed. Our interrogators here, who will be characters played by Bill and Diana, will be asking him questions in which clues will be given to help him figure out what crime he committed, who he committed that crime with, and where it was committed. So, audience, I know it's been a long night of suggestions, but this is the last ones I'm promising you. So they are. The first one that we're going to need is a crime that isn't a crime. Like, for instance, Carlos got arrested for reading books in the middle of the street. That's probably a crime, but it's a silly one. So we want some silly crimes or something that isn't a crime, something that Carlos's character was arrested for. We're going to go with one of the first ones we see, so get them in quickly. Freddie Publico, that's not a crime. Some might consider it to be one. Oh, that's a vote for Freddie. I apologize.
I'll take what I can get.
Hey, I understand. I'm right there with you. I've only got a couple of votes all night. Good. Here we've got a bunch of them coming in. So the crime is from Random Stuff. Is right there for you guys. Do you see that one? Cat juggling is the crime. Great. And where was that crime committed? Beneath a full moon. I whisper as if it matters. And lastly, and I haven't had a suggestion for this one yet, so let's see this one, folks. Who was this crime committed with? Maybe a famous person. Something like that. A famous person, a recognizable figure. It doesn't have to be a celebrity necessarily, but a recognizable figure. Alrighty, here we go. Albert Einstein. That's the first one I saw from our friend Juicy Fruit. Already, I just love saying Juicy Fruit, so we're going to bring that one up one more time because who knows when we'll see them again. And that is the 3. So, players, do you have those locked into your brains? Alrighty. We have them ready to go. So let's bring Carlos back to the stream. Carlos, come back, please. Let's wave him on. Come back from the depths of the room in which you are. There, I was worried that we might not get you back. I see you had a wardrobe change. Carlos, remember, for the way this scene works, just a friendly reminder is feel free to guess who, what, and where whenever you think you know, and the players will move on, and the interrogators will move on to the next question and next clue. All right? So as soon as I'm off screen, take it away. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being with us tonight. This is your last scene of the evening, the last scene of the short form showdown. Those scores are close. Keep them coming in. Enjoy this scene. Thank you for being with us. We will be back again next week. I'm sure I'll say this again after the scene, but that's all right. We'll get it out of the way now and enjoy. Take it away, players.
Ain't got nothing.
That's what you think. You know, I think I'm a pretty flexible person when it comes to pets, but this is too much.
You know, what I do with pets, in the comfort of my own home or in public or in private, who cares? Who cares? It's my business.
Yeah, this is something we got to understand. It's bugging me. I mean, just holding on to them, that's fine, but
right,
moving them around, I don't know. I can't live with that.
I like to pet them, and sometimes it gets out of hand. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm kind of torn because I really admire your dexterity here. Okay, I gotta admit that. You know, there's something pretty cool about your skills, but dang.
I can pet so many cats anytime, anywhere. Like I don't even need to be I could be on my hands. I could juggle them. I could like dance with them. I could.
Well, you owned up to it. You owned up to it, but why'd you have to do it at that time of the night and that time of the month?
You know, sometimes there's a place when you do things and it's just habit, and that's where my dad and my great granddad did that, and that's what I do.
You know, it wasn't even Halloween, but this has just got a spooky vibe to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't want to do things on the weekends. Sometimes I like on Friday the 13th to just go and other days too.
But juggling cats underneath that bright light at night, I just can't get it.
I would howl with these cats at this. That's what I let myself go. When the moon is full and that time of night, that's when it comes out.
I knew it. Well, here's the thing I don't understand is why did you need such a smart accomplice? That just doesn't make any sense.
You know, I don't know how to find out when the moon is going to be full. I don't know what trajectories to launch these animals into the sky. I need someone with the brains to help me do it. With the brains.
Well, I understand that. I understand, but with cats, you'd expect Schrodinger, not this man. I mean, he put everything together and gave us the roadmap to the universe.
Yeah, you know, like me and Newton and Einstein and Hawking. Yeah, we like to do things together. Yeah, Einstein. Yeah, me and Einstein every full moon like to go out juggling cats. What's wrong with that? Who made that a crime?
Hey, there we have it. Oh man, an excellent round of interrogation for sure. And I will say that round of interrogation, while I always say the last round, votes are always open for all players going into that last round. We had a pretty remarkable performance by one of our performers there. So with all the players on stage and all of our audience members tuning in, Let's go ahead and take one last look at our winner for the evening, and our scoreboard will show it here in just one moment when you all see it. And here we have it. Oh, there it is. There was for a brief moment. Like I said, it was close, but way ahead with quite a remarkable
bad guy.
Comeback kid.
Truly a great job with that scene, Carlos, of working all of those clues and a tremendous job. And you know, it's I could make a sports analogy, but I haven't played sports in a while, so I'm sure there's one there that you all can fill in the blanks of. A great final scene, a great finale to a great show, a wonderful show of short form improv for you all. Thank you so much for tuning in and sticking with us and watching. For everybody who was here throughout the live stream, for anybody that donated throughout the live stream, and anybody who donates in the future or in the past, thank you all. And to all our future and past audience members, thank you as well. We love being here on Saturday nights with you all. We love doing it for you in person. We love doing it for you on your screens. We're happy to do both. We hope we can do both in the future, and we're glad you're here with us now. So thank you all. We'll be here next week at 8 o'clock. Enjoy the show. Next week is our last week of the short form showdown, so tune in. And then after that, an all new show with all new players and all new improv. As always, thank you very much. Happy Saturday night, everybody. Take it easy.
Have a good night.